Crypto presents exciting new opportunities for the investment-minded, but it's also volatile and accelerating in complexity. That's why we created Token Metrics, an intelligent crypto platform backed by an industry-leading combination of data, AI, and media that feeds optimized portfolios to crypto investors. Featuring Token Metrics ratings to help you find the best investment opportunities in real time, an indices page that showcases various model portfolios, and deep insights into price predictions and technical analysis. A dedicated NFT dashboard that evaluates NFT collections and assets by our machine learning algorithm to find the most profitable and secure NFTs across all available blockchains. Plus, with access to Token Metrics TV, monitor 24/7 exclusive crypto news and analysis. Whether you're a first-time trader or a seasoned crypto investor, you can stay informed and in control, backed by your all-in-one crypto companion, Token Metrics. Take control of crypto today at tokenmetrics.com.
We are live. Happy Friday. This is the Market Update. I'm your host, Bill Noble. If you need a roadmap in crypto, subscribe to this channel. Turn on alerts so you know when we're going live or we're posting a new price prediction video. And of course, if the content works for you, help us out and smash the like button. All right, let's check it out. Let's see who's on the stream. We have Bull Runner first here. Welcome. I Need a Nap. Jeremy from Kentucky. Hello. Richard from Augusta. Hello. Jeffrey looking for an airdrop. We'll talk about it. Okay. Rugby Performance Lab. DAP Content. Andre is here. Right. AZ is RAR. Welcome. Jeffrey, am I too late? No, we just started. Just started. Hamilton Arterio. Steve. Pat. Edgar from California. Jake is here. SKT Con. Lotmo Crypto. Hello, welcome to our regulars. Kim Craig says, hi, Bill, I'm in the chopper. Okay, will printing save us? Don't go anywhere. I am going to answer that exact question. Okay, that exact question. Broken Noodle says, Alpha must be coming. Bill needed a day to find it, and I did. Yes. Red shirt, though, don't read too much into the red shirt, though. Don't read too much into the red shirt. Caleb is looking for Fibonacci circle analysis. I may try to do that today, but those are in our price prediction videos, right? MATIC just came out, okay? So there's a MATIC price prediction video. There's a Polkadot price prediction video. And for some reason, the ETH price prediction and Bitcoin price prediction videos didn't get a lot of love. So if you like Fibonacci analysis, okay, and you like long-term thinking, Elon was out today talking about, when he thinks the economy is going to bottom out. His work and my work match up. So you want to check out those videos. Crypto funds, right? We have Bangladesh here. Chain, hi. Okay, Bridget's Fire. Love that name. Okay. Tyson says, I feel a dump in the market is coming. We will talk about that. Lucho Z, hi. New crypto guy. All right. Somebody said, I wish you asked us to participate in Aptos. Okay. Apparently people made a ton of dough on an Aptos airdrop, right? We will talk more about airdrops. The crypto space is very unique. It will always figure out a way to take advantage of a lull to keep people interested. We'll talk more about it. Guatemala is here. Netherlands, Oklahoma, C0. Welcome. Okay. Jules wants to come work for Token Metrics. All right. We can post some links maybe in the chat as to how you can apply. All right. Can you do a long-term price prediction video on USDC? I believe that one is up to regulators. Routine Cheese, Driftless Crypto, right? Saskatchewan is here, right? California, Australia up late at night. Welcome, right? Somebody says Astrobots have a shot at blue chip. We will keep working on it. All right. Somebody's asking about NFTs. All right. Routine wants me to cover near protocol. We did do the near price prediction video. Not sure when that's coming out, but we can talk about it. All right. Let's get into the news. Plenty of it. Plenty of it. Okay. Probably the best thing I have seen lately. All right. I don't know. The sound won't come through, but it doesn't have to. Okay. All right. I can hear it, but I don't think you can. All right. Bitboy is just letting him have it. Here's actually the full video where you can see Bitboy. All right. Now, why is this important? Why is this important? Well, the first reason is because, you know, Bitboy will always find something to talk about, right? I've met this guy and I totally respect him for that. Second of all, he's right about this. He's right. All right. Coinbase and FTX are quietly trying to do a power grab, right? They don't want a decentralized universe. They want a universe that revolves around them, right? This stinks of Web 2, right? This is like big CEOs from big tech companies want to own everything, right? And then, you know, you have Bitboy here about to give you the F word as to what he thinks about that. And, you know, Bitboy most likely is working for the people and calling these guys out. Now, of course, he's in like the entertainment and marketing business. I get that, but he is definitely right about this. We do not need crypto to be another Web 2 model. All right, now, miss the Aptos airdrop, okay? Miles here will tell you people made about $1,500 to $7,000 yesterday. Keep your eye out on these coming projects. Layer 0, ZK Sync, StarkNet, Quai Network, and SUI. Okay, this article has a way, this tweet thread from Miles has a way at least to get the airdrop. So this tweet, I'm just going to leave this up here so you can like get this copy down or cut and paste it, right? I'll hit the follow button here, right? If you miss the airdrop, there are other airdrops coming. Now, one word about this. Okay, when people chase airdrops, okay, the first airdrop, smart money was in, maybe the second airdrop, but by the time you get to the fifth and sixth airdrop, you gotta ask yourself, like, all right, you know, the whole world knew about, nobody knew about Aptos probably except private groups, maybe. If everybody knows about the fifth and sixth airdrops, be careful with that because you may get the airdrop and then the coin may plummet, right? And I know crypto is so damn boring. People are looking for, you know, the next big thing. XRP, over the last 18 months, it took 6 court orders to get what they call the Hinman documents, internal emails from the SEC, and drafts of a speech, right, that essentially declare Ethereum is not a security. Okay. And this is one of the XRPs and one of Ripple's attorneys basically saying it was worth the fight to get them. But can you believe it took 1.5 years and 6 court orders for the government to turn over the documents basically saying Ethereum was not a security? Okay. So we've gone from the crypto power grab to a little bit about regulation. Now we got to go to macro. Okay. This is just, you know, obviously everyone's talking about macro. I talk about it, and I don't think macro has ever been more important. So let's go through it succinctly. When the Fed or any central bank historically raises rates and raises rates a lot, something blows up. It could be a hedge fund. In 2000, it was the dot-com bubble. In 2008, the Fed had been hiking rates to try to slow down housing. Okay, things break when central banks hike rates. Now, they want them, they want the excesses to stop, but they always go too far. They always go too far. And I have been screaming that they're going too far now. Suddenly, okay, we will be having very thoughtful discussions. Note, this is leaked to the Wall Street Journal. And this is how the Fed communicates with the outside world, right? When it's not doing a press conference. We had very thoughtful discussions about the pace of tightening at our next meeting, right? Some officials have begun signaling their desire both to slow down the pace of increases soon and stop raising rates by early next year to see how their moves are slowing the economy. Okay, folks, no one wants to stop hiking rates because, we're afraid the economy may be slowing too much. They're talking about slowing down rate hikes, okay, because the U.S. Treasury market, the market for U.S. government bonds, is about to break, okay? What do I always talk about in crypto? I always say, gee, if your altcoin didn't work out, call your accountant at the end of the year and, not investment advice, but tax loss sell, right? I mean, if you just made a bad pick and it didn't work out, well, great. See you. Right. Now, that's the entire U.S. government bond market, including long-term government bonds, and liquidity is drying up. So if everybody goes to tax loss sell long bonds and the Fed is still holding on to its, I don't know, dare I say, delusion about hiking rates, what is going to happen to bonds? And of course, as you know, bonds down, rates up, or bonds down, rates up, mortgage rates up. And the next thing you know, even if the Fed doesn't stop tightening, the Fed has, or if the Fed does stop tightening, they have a huge mess on their hands. They have a collapse in our bond market. Now, how bad is it? Okay. Now we're going to go to my friend DC Dim at DimIt on Twitter. If you're not following this guy, I can't help you. All right. Now I know that he is very eloquent, so let me translate. The long bond is drifting into oblivion. Okay. U.S. Treasury yields are now like a huge amount above their 200-week moving average. Up, right? Yes. So bonds have collapsed in a vertical fashion. Okay. So I went to this tweet and then I went and I made something on PowerPoint to try to demonstrate what he was saying. So he's saying, danger, danger, danger. There's something going on in the bond market. Okay. And you need to see this because when I saw it, it gave me the creeps. Okay. This is long bond futures. So let's keep it simple. Rates up, bonds down. Okay. This blue line is the 200-week moving average. So that's like the long-term average in bonds, long-term bonds, right? Which reflect both interest rates and the credibility of the United States government, both on the fiscal and monetary side. So there is the credibility meter for the United States. Boom. Okay. Now, back in 2018, which is in the square, okay, DC was saying, that was so disturbing that the Fed started adding treasury bonds to the things it bought with printed money. So this was disturbing. And now we have this. Okay. And the Fed is set to raise rates 0.75 of a point, which I guess is a priced in done deal, even though I think it's stupid, to be honest. But in order for them to have any credibility, I guess what they've got to do is do the 75 basis points and then start to back out quickly, right? So it starts with the Wall Street Journal article. Now, what am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to tell you that they're going to start printing again. Like the bond market is blowing up and they have to start printing again. Now, to keep it simpler, global recession may last until 2024, says Elon Musk. The Fed went too far, right? They went too far, and you're either going to have a recession or you're going to have a calamity in the bond market. I don't know that they can stop the calamity in the bond market right now. Now, let's think about this. They've already gone too far. They're going to go farther in November. Now, they may back off, but then people are going to say, wait a minute. Are they backing off because there's a problem in the U.S. government bond market? That's no bueno, right? So, okay, yeah, they backed off, but are they admitting that there's a problem in the bond market? This is what happened in 2007, right? It's a little different, right? Like in December of 2007, I believe, the Fed cut rates more than anyone thought. The Fed told you that there was a massive problem right there. Okay, this is a little different. Okay, so today it's an up trade for crypto. And, I think crypto does want to go up, but crypto is very afraid of higher rates. And if you got a bond market problem, honestly, it just makes me think about Bitcoin and gold, because they're going to have to print eventually anyway. Okay. Bitcoin now less volatile than the S&P for the first time since 2020. It's just amazing. Like this morning, right? This morning, people were just like, oh my God, we're selling crypto. And they're like, I'm done. Now, yeah, bonds were trading terrible at the time. But God, people were just giving up on crypto. I do not want to give up on gold, Bitcoin, and probably ETH too. I don't. I don't know if it's going to moon, okay? But I do think as this as the Fed gives up on its failed strategy to control inflation, as that bond market problem surfaces, I think this is Satoshi's vision, right? As long as it doesn't tank stocks. There is a problem in our bond market, and the Fed is done tightening in November. That is my call. Okay. Now, for a laugh, Interpool launches its first ever metaverse designed for training, reinforcing an odd idea that the little guy invented the metaverse and the big guy may use it as the office or as a training tool. Okay. I hope we have more fun in the metaverse. But of course, the guys at Interpol are, at least they're not giving crypto a hard time, right? Law enforcement, good guys, fighting the bad guys. If the metaverse helps them, great. But, where is the metaverse? I'm saying, like, Interpol's developing it, and Sandbox and Decentraland are parking lots. Okay, let's go to live TA. Actually, let's see what's in the chat. So we have Freedom Cat is here. Edman. All right. Okay, would love to hear your thoughts on total crypto market cap. All right. And Bitcoin dominance. All right. So let's pull up total. Let's do it. Okay. And he's been happy with the work so far this year. All right. So here's total. And of course, as you might guess, nothing's happening. Somebody was asking for Fibonacci circle analysis. I actually did some of that for total on a weekly basis. Okay, let me see if I can replicate it. Okay, so total is sitting on its 200-week, or it's just below the 200-week moving average. So you know how everybody is always talking about Bitcoin, the 200-week moving average was like the holy grail, and then everyone just stopped talking about it, right? The Bitcoin logarithmic chart, a lot of the stuff that Ben Cohen had, no one talked about it anymore. It's just like, it was like, oh, and then stopped. Okay. So Bitcoin went above this fib circle, okay, and then collapsed. And then I just get this feeling that, total is sitting here just below this average. And I have two thoughts. One is crypto's done for the year. Not exciting television content, but we're just done for the year. Right? The bond market crisis has to play out, and the Fed has to officially start the printing press again in order for crypto to go up. Now, when that happens, I don't know. I would love to see it after they do their final rate hike in November, when Powell has to go up to the podium and basically say, sorry, we broke everything. I mean, look at what is going on in the United Kingdom, right? A group takes power, their bond market blows up, their pension system blows up, and then that government is out of power in a matter of weeks. Like total chaos. That cannot happen in the United States, but it could happen in the United States if the Fed basically F's this up anymore. Okay? Really. All right. People asking for QNT. Do have a couple charts I want to go through. Okay. So this is QNT weekly. Okay. I had 226 as my top from the Head and Shoulders bottom. Now, if QNT keeps going, great. But I had 226 as a take profit level. I think if QNT went beyond 226, you're looking at some sort of broader fundamental shift in crypto towards the payment system model. Right. And I don't even know. Well, I don't know. We could try some fib circle analysis on the daily chart. Fib circle analysis, as you're about to discover, is a highly subjective process. It's really not enough data in QNT for fib circle to work. Now, what might work, what could work, is let's take the Head and Shoulders pattern off. And by the way, if you like this style on the stream, hit the like button or comment down below. My understanding is people like to see me work it out on the air. That's true. Tune in, hit the like button. Okay, so let's talk about fib extension work. Okay, so this is the initial move in QNT. And I have these things set. Okay, so I set it up. Tough to see on the screen, probably. 0.23, right? 0.618, 1.618, and 3. Why? Because when the market was mooning, right, during the bull market, this just flat out worked. Okay, so I have support in QNT at 156, right? And if you think, like, what is the absolute most bullish thing that could happen, right? Well, 286 could happen. And if this just turns into a total moonshot, the extension of the max extension to this move would be 415. Now, how would you get there? Well, you'd have to have a problem with fiat. Okay. XRP might also have to do well. XRP is trying to hold on here above its 200-day moving average. But I think, QNT, if it turns around and takes out that 226 level, where that was the take profit zone, then you can start talking about 286 or a move back to the all-time high. Okay. Karen says freestyle is good. Okay. Let's freestyle. Okay. Someone was asking about near. Okay, let's go to altcoin. We did a long-term price prediction on near, I believe, in the premium webinar. So it appears that they like freestyle too. Okay, so near short term, this is a weekly chart. So let's start with the daily. Let's start with that. So at the moment, nothing is going on in near outside of people just totally giving up, right? Near is a victim of shiny object syndrome. Near was the shiny object. Now it's not, because you have Aptos and you have all these airdrop related coins coming out. So everyone is selling near. Now, is that a smart thing to do? I would say no, because all the new lows in near are being met with higher lows on the 13-day RSI. Okay. So I would hold on, like, not investment advice, but I would, like, if you've been holding on and you've been tolerating this epic give up trade, I would say, don't call your accountant on this just yet. Now, in terms of long-term price prediction, okay, this is what we did for our private group, and I think it's a YouTube video coming out eventually. All right, I'm not going to spoil the YouTube video, but along the heels of what Elon was talking about, if you have a recession ending in the middle of 2024, okay, assuming at the end of the recession, you will have rates back at zero. So that's a good way to think about the end of a recession. At the end of a recession, that'll be like the worst part, and rates will be at zero. And somewhere in there, you're going to get a monster crypto rally. Okay, because who knows what the Fed's latest rate hike follies are going to do to markets. I believe crypto will be less driven by Lambos and more driven by necessity, right? Security tokens, privacy coins, right? Actual currency. Near protocol could be a very important part of the plumbing of the crypto system. So I had, a winterish style range until January of 2024. And then I had a possible target of 40, okay, by December, okay, with an outside chance of 79 by August 2025. So if you're like, oh, gee, should I hold on to this? What should I do? Well, if you're going to hold on in near and risk having it go to zero, I would say your targets are either 40 or 80 if you're a true believer. Okay, so Karen is like, yeah, it's a fire sale for near. Yes, it is a fire sale for near. Going forward, though, someone has to build on it. Okay, someone has to build on it. Okay, Mad Max says most of the people that made money on Aptos were insiders, 820 million staked before it launched. Venture capital gains. Right. So this is not news. Venture capitalists dumping a layer one or a hot coin on retail. Very, very clever in the sense that, they released it and created hype when there was no hype, when there was nothing happening in the market. Nothing. So they were able to take advantage of that. Okay, Bill, can you tell us more about GANN and what books to read? Okay, well, the only GANN book I've ever read is Truth of the Stock Tape. Okay, there are other books like How to Make Profits in Commodities, but they don't really tell you about the analytical framework. right? I just started drawing it by hand and learning the angles, learning the GAN math that way. Plus, I don't want to, he wasn't a tutor, but I had somebody teach me, how to use the hand kept charts and the natural squares calculator. That's how I learned GAN. I believe they've got research at wdgan.com. Let me just pull this up here. Let me share the screen. So these are the guys that have got GAN's archives. Like they own the archives. So they've got courses, they've got books, they've got copies of, GAN, GAN's unpublished coffee course package. So, GAN used everything from, unusual mathematics, from the history of the world, major religious texts, temples, along with astronomy and astrology to do what he did. Right? Some people think that that's weird, but he made $50 million trading during the Depression. So, those people can go have a nice day. Okay, so that's one GAN resource for you to check out. Okay, Event Horizon. It's a good movie. Finally caught a live stream. Aiken is here. Welcome. Karen wants to take a look at MATIC. There is a MATIC price prediction video out. Okay, spelling Karen and MATIC at the same time. Okay, so MATIC was pumping. Right, and this is going to be kind of the new thing. I just get this feeling after seeing the tweet from DC, which you should be following, by the way, on Twitter. Like, the macro stuff he publishes is it's complicated, but he's like spot on the money. And we're going to get to gold in a second. Okay. So, all right. The good news is MATIC gets to the 200-day moving average, right? That's the blue line. And this is what I was kind of hinting at on airdrops, I'm not sure how I feel about chasing stuff that's up, right? Like if you look at the 89-minute chart of MATIC, I mean, this was a good pump, right? This was a good pump. Caleb likes long-term price prediction videos. Hey, go to our YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe, right? And turn on alerts. I think the pace that they're going out is like, they're coming out with 1 or 2 a week. And I just recorded Cardano. My producers were like, Bill, I think you spent a little bit too much time. The video was a little long. Sure, the editors will cut it down. But if you want the Cardano deep dive, check that out. All right. The point is in MATIC, if you go from 72 cents to 88 cents, right, you get corrections, right? It's almost like this goes back. It's almost like 2019. You get money, you take the money. You want to hodl some of it? Cool. But always remember to pay yourself. All right, I want to switch over. I want to go back to macro for just a second. Just a second. So we can check out. Okay. Here we go. Here's PAX. Yes, I have been talking about PAX Gold. Yes, PAX is boring. Yes, PAX went up and then went back down. Right. What do you think is going to happen? Honestly, what do you think is going to happen in Bitcoin and PAX? Right now, eventually, there might be a disturbance in the bond market. You may have to put up with volatility. Altcoins altcoins or some small altcoins, most small altcoins will definitely not survive a bond market blow up. But if there is a bond market blow up, they're going to have to print. It's that simple. They're going to have to literally do what's called monetize the debt. they're going to have to monetize the debt, which means they just print to fund the government. The government issues bonds to the Fed, and the Fed gives the government printed money. Spare you having to look it up in the economics textbook, right? That's the perfect environment for gold, and that's Satoshi's vision, which is why as soon as that Wall Street Journal article came out, you know, I'm pretty sure, I want to say it's like a doji star bottom. So, you know, this is amazing. This is an amazing candlestick formation right at a low. I mean, it's like a possible double bottom. I just can't believe it gets any more constructive for gold. And I know that's not particularly exciting to crypto people, but Bitcoin's volatility is lower than stocks. So guess what? If gold can go up 2 or 3 or 4%, like here's gold mining stocks with a bump and run. GDXJ on a daily chart is up 4% today. That's more than crypto, right? And this is a kind of a classic bump and run after they ran everybody's stops. Okay. GDX, same thing. Bump and run. All right. Let me get the trend line. Let me just draw the trend line, see if I can replicate this. You know, simple. Oh, look at this. Boom. Bump and run from the old days of Token Metrics YouTube. Straight up. Okay. What stops this? You know, inflation between 5 and 6% most likely, because you know it'll either be food or energy, right? I don't think inflation at 8% is sustainable, right? It's not. Like prices have already passed through the system. It's passed through. So it wasn't exactly transitory, but you know, consumer electronics, you know, prices of certain goods are already collapsing. Seriously, you can buy a 50-inch TV in the United States for $300. It's collapsing. So 5 to 6% inflation with the Fed having to print, with governments losing credibility. We haven't even gotten to the U.S. election yet. We haven't even gotten there. So again, 5 to 6% inflation, gold and Bitcoin correlated. Boom. Boom. Oh, wait, I forgot to talk about the dollar. I forgot to trash the dollar. What am I doing? Okay, so dollar on a 4-hour chart. Okay. You know, the Japanese have problems that, you know, that's kind of a different discussion. That's another government blow up happening, but they're selling the dollar, right? They keep trying to take the dollar up. You know, there's problems with the yen. The dollar is done. I don't care. It's like, carry me out, right? This has been my view. I'm not trading with the Bloomberg Business Week cover that says the dollar is the king of everything. I saw something last night where it said, oh, tech stocks are unstoppable. You know, you can't stop tech stocks. My understanding is some tech stocks, right, revenue growth in the FANG universe, it is basically like collapsed. Can't get the FANG chart up. Point is, technology stocks, big tech companies, the dollar, all these consensus long ideas, done. I'm not buying the dollar. I'm not, right? Absolutely not. Regulatory and legal clarity must be coming soon on XRP. I'm going long. So we are coming out with an XRP long-term price prediction. Okay. I'll give you the hint, right? I mean, Bitboy has talked about 3. He talked about 5. And I'm going to make you watch the video to make you see what number I'm talking about. Okay, so XRP could be a double top, right? I don't like XRP back inside of this range, right? It's back in this range from May, but it is sitting on top of the 200-day moving average, and this Williams oscillator hints at a really big move. So could XRP go up? Yeah, it could go up, right? You're going to need, I think, unless there's like a massive legal development, I think, XRP coming out on the right side of this lawsuit may be priced in. Right? I definitely want to see XRP outside of this range. Right? I don't like the fact that it came out and then went back in. And if it comes back out again, well, great. Because if you're going to go long after it proves itself. Okay, what gets to 40K first, the Dow or Bitcoin? We should rename the range the litigation range. Okay, so Bill, could you tell us who was spot on that we need to follow? So for research, I like DC. Dim it, right? This is for research. This is the guy who knows gold and macro better than anybody. Right? That's who I would be following for macro, for sure. Okay, no, I have covered near. I think we got a lot of near people out there experiencing some stress because of this Aptos FOMO. I get it. Okay, so the net on near is that people are just packing it in. They're giving up. And long term, based on our work, that may not be the right thing to do. But, if you've got the rent money invested in near, you're going to have to deal with tax loss selling. Now, the net of this is near is making new lows, and the 13-day RSI is making higher lows. Try to blow that up as much as I can. Right. This can be a recipe for a snap higher in near, and they're probably just weeding everybody out by having it go below this previous low. I don't see any point. This is not investment advice. I don't see any point in giving up on this. Let this development, let this trade, let the Aptos FOMO settle down. Okay. Okay. Spark token. I have Spark Point. Okay. Again, when you see these altcoins, this is the right one, even if it isn't. When you see these wicks, okay, Willimeter, yeah, this is not good. Okay, Willimeter says I need something good in Ethereum, dude. I wish I had it. So let me see what I got on an 8-hour chart. Let's go back to the daily. So here's what I can tell you about ETH. The Williams oscillator on ETH is getting close to zero. ETH is down 41% from the high it made off, the merge, which is exactly what Bitcoin did after the last halving. I don't understand why no one cares about ETH with the supply reduction. Maybe it's regulatory overhang. My only conclusion is that, ETH does very well when the dollar goes down and metals go up. That's when ETH does well. So if we can get gold going, we can get ETH going. It's as simple as that. And we got to get the dollar lower. Like, the dollar goes to 113 and then it goes to 111 on the DXY, right? The dollar's got to go from 111 to 108 to get ETH going. That remains to be seen because there are so many other fiat currencies that have problems. But I'm just waiting for the day when people wake up and go, hey, people wake up and go, you know, the Fed's going to have to print. The Fed's going to have to print. You know, and I'm just noticing this whole thing about Bitcoin volatility being lower than Nasdaq is like starting to make the round throughout the crypto universe. I mean, it's almost like in crypto, like particularly in Bitcoin and maybe even in ETH, it's actually a lower risk trade than holding stocks or bonds. Now, don't quote me on that, but that's the way it looks right now. Crypto wants to go up. I know it does. Crypto wants to go up. The fear of the bond market blow up is what's holding it back. Okay, let's sum it up. Okay, all right. Actually, let's talk about this. Aruna says, what about the 6K target in Bitcoin? Still in the cards. All right. 6K came from a body of work that assumed that all of the Celsius Bitcoin assets were going to get dumped into the market all at once. So if Bitcoin is at 6K, that would be something that happens next year and would be a part of a larger financial market apocalypse, say 1 year from now. And I'm not even saying that that's where Bitcoin would go. So if Celsius didn't take Bitcoin below 17K or to 14K, then I have a tough time imagining 6, to be honest, right? Celsius went to bankruptcy. Those assets were reorganized and there was no catastrophic dump, right? So I know I'm the crystal ball guy, but that's how that worked out. I'm hoping that Bitcoin is in a range with the low of 14K going forward. That's what I'm hoping, say for 2023. But, you know, the crystal ball is still at work on November and December, right? I'm pretty sure I know when the next cycle may begin, because that's when the long-term price prediction videos are, which you should check out on our YouTube channel after you subscribe and turn on alerts and hit the like button on this video and all the other videos. All right, so that was a good way to maybe end it. Let's try GALA on the way out. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? Just trying to find something that's going to work to stop these give up trades, right? This is just straight up and down tax loss selling. There's a weird wick here. You'll know the tax loss selling is over in any of these coins when they don't just buy the dip, because they're not really buying the dip. It looks like just an absence of selling. Stuff like this that was up this year is going to be subjected to tax loss selling, and you'll know when it's over when you have a reversal candlestick and 2 or 3 green up days. Okay, language trainer, bill for president. I appreciate that sincerely. So let's wrap it up. The Fed is got to be done tightening or it's going to break the bond market. Okay, the Fed has embarrassed itself as to how hawkish it was, knowing, or they should have known, that there would be a massive ripple effect in the system. You cannot hike rates at the speed that they hike rates and not have somebody get carried out. And now the somebody or the something is the U.S. government bond market. Now, that sounds like a fun blow up, but it actually isn't. It's pretty scary. And if it happens, the Fed's going to print. Now, today's an up day. It has not paid to make too much of any one day. Okay. Gold and Bitcoin, I think, are my favorite ideas, not investment advice. And I think the dollar is done. So crypto's day may be coming, but it may not be this year for altcoins. Gold and Bitcoin remain at the front. It's like they're at the sort of forefront of whatever thought leadership I'm trying to do on this stream. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. This is Bill Noble for Token Metrics customers. I'll see you Monday. For the public, I'll see you next Friday.